Trigger warning, this video is going to be focused on the assistance in dying bill, the medical assistance in dying, and the terminologies. If this is too much, scroll up, but otherwise, bear with me. Let's explain M.A.I.D terminology. M.A.I.D is an umbrella term encompassing various practices to hasten death, including euthanasia, which is clinician-administered, and physician-administered suicide, patient self-administered. Different jurisdictions have different definitions and legal conditions. And in the UK, we're still drumming them out, and the Isle of Man have had theirs up and running for a while now. M.A.I.D is based on principles like patient autonomy, relief of suffering, dignity, beneficence, justice and equity. These are interpreted differently, leading to diverse regulations. Foundation models of M.A.I.D legislation. Terminal illness model requires a terminal diagnosis with a limited prognosis, 8 months or less. Primarily focuses on a patient self-administered, e.g. US states and others. Then there's the unbearable suffering model, allowed for incurable suffering from a grievous and irremediable medical condition, which may not be terminal and often includes clinician administration. Examples are Canada, Belgium, Netherlands. With the current landscape and outcomes of M.A.I.D, there's the global legal status and trends is legal in an increasing number of countries and jurisdictions. No jurisdiction that has legalized M.A.I.D has subsequently repealed its law. Pathways to legalizations and adopted models may be varying. Statistics and demographic of M.A.I.D recipients. Utilization rates are increasing where M.A.I.D is legal, particularly in Canada. Recipients are often older, and cancer is the most common underlying condition. Demographics and conditions vary based on the specific legal model, terminal illness, and unbearable suffering. There are many reasons for M.A.I.D requests. Often they extend beyond just pain, including loss of autonomy, inability to engage in meaningful activities, loss of dignity and fear of future suffering. Existential concerns are paramount, and systemic failures. There's plenty of debates and implications with M.A.I.D eligibility. For non-terminal conditions, the shift from a terminal illness model to an unbearable suffering model changes the basis of M.A.I.D from managing dying to responding to intractable suffering, regardless of life expectancy. This is what I'm really concerned about, is the mental health issues as sole underlying conditions. That's my dog with his toy. Of course, it's highly contentious. Concerns about irremediability, capacity, impact on mental health care and vulnerability. It's his home too. Canada has delayed its inclusion of, we'll call it an anagram, MISUMC, in M.A.I.D eligibility. Or that's what my findings are, but I've seen some updates where the wait time is 3 months, and to see somebody through mental health, it's 4 months wait list. But I don't live there. With disability rights organisations express concerns about societal devaluation of disabled lives and potential coercion. Debates about whether the choice for M.A.I.D is truly free when systemic failures exist. Reports of coercion versus claims of non-documented abuse vary based on the specific M.A.I.D model. Then there's homelessness and economic vulnerabilities. Ethical questions about voluntaring for M.A.I.D requests when suffering stems from lack of basic necessities. Concerns that M.A.I.D might become a response to systemic neglect, or there's contested narratives about whether individuals are receiving M.A.I.D due to poverty or homelessness alone. The key takeaways and overall themes that I found from my research on the report that I made is there's a dynamic and evolving landscape. M.A.I.D legality and practices are constantly changing with ongoing debates and legislative adjustments. Ethical complexity. M.A.I.D raises profound ethical issues with no easy answers. Different societies and individuals hold varying amounts of autonomy, suffering, dignity, and the role of the medical profession. There's variations in the models. There are significant differences in how M.A.I.D is implemented. Again, terminal illness versus unbearable suffering, patient-directed versus clinician-administered, leading to variations in outcomes and concerns. Expanding M.A.I.D's eligibility beyond terminal illness raises serious challenges, particularly regarding mental health, disabilities, and economic vulnerability. Safeguards are crucial. Beyond the physical pain, reasons for M.A.I.D requests are often involve existential concerns about quality of life, autonomy, and dignity, not just the physical pain. This has implications for end-of-life care, and I think there's a need for ongoing scrutiny. The rapid expansion of M.A.I.D requires continued public awareness, ethical scrutiny, robust oversight, data collection to ensure it's safe and appropriate implementation. But I have got this report. This is a summary and an overview, but I have got it detailed if anybody would like it. And I've also got a Google form where I wouldn't mind collecting people in the UK's opinions about M.A.I.D. So I will include the links for both the report and the questionnaire. You haven't got to leave your name, but I would appreciate if you could take a look, share your thoughts, comment. Are you worried about it coming to the UK? Did you know it was already in the Isle of Man? Do you know there's a plan, rural toll out? Did you know that? There's so much that we're looking at, but there's so much that's just going unnoticed that have real, serious implications for everybody. Nobody is immune from health. Nobody. Nobody is immune from bankruptcy, homelessness. I know we all like to think that even the elite are problem-free, but the celebrities are just walking billboards, really. What have they got? Unless they invest wisely, but not many of them do that, not from what we see. Health, it affects us all. And one day there'll be a question, if this is legal, we're all going to be asking ourselves that question, whether we're asking it and discussing it openly or asking it and going over in our heads privately. I promise you that when you realise that this is an option, there's a chance that you could be eligible, I promise you will consider it. Some people are able to find support and change their minds. There's a few creators on here like that. Other creators I've seen and their videos ended a couple of years ago and it broke my heart. So be careful what you search for. But this is the reality. This isn't some clickbait. Oh, it's never going to happen to us. It is happening. And I know they said that they wouldn't have it for mental health, but Canada has. And now they're considering dropping the age limit. You can Google this stuff. It's there. You haven't got a dork. It is there. Anyway, engage, like, follow if you want. But take care. Compassion isn't a choice if you're forced into it. I don't think I said that right, but you know what I mean. Have a good night.